afternoon. Greetings and salutations and hellos and all that. Make sure I got all my buttons pushed. Hey, my name's Alan Cox. Welcome. Say hi to Bill Squire. He's here too.
Hey, creepy hugs.
Mary Santora's back.
What up?
Back for the attack. If you'd like to join us, you can do it any way you see fit. If you want to call us, the number is 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007. Those are the very same lines that you'll use to win a variety of things from me this afternoon.
Oh, yeah, like what?
I mean, just off the top of my head. How's the Dave Matthews Band strike you?
I mean, if I'm winning them for free,
How
I'd
about
go.
Clutch?
That'd be
Even
fun.
better.
Even better, for sure.
How about passes to our sneak preview of The Fall Guy?
Oh, now you're talking.
The sequel to The Summer Guy, as I understand it.
Uh-huh.
Very exciting there with Ryan Gosling. Boy, he's a hunk, isn't he? That Ryan Gosling, he's a hunk.
Yeah, people are starting to say that, yeah.
You know, there's, you've seen a lot of promos maybe. They're running a lot of commercials and ads for that movie, The Fall Guy. And I happened to see one. We were watching television the other night, and they happen to have one back-to-back with a movie coming out next month called IF, which stands for Imaginary Friends. You might have seen promos for that, too. It's largely animated, but it has Ryan Reynolds. It has all the characters, of course, are celebrity voices. It's like there's Jon Stewart and Steve Carell and Tina Fey and all these people. Written and directed by John Krasinski, who has become quite adept at directing. You know, he's seems to really like that. But back to back, you know, he's married to Emily Blunt in real life, the woman who is the female lead in The Fall Guy. And so while she is making out with Ryan Gosling for 2 hours, God knows how long they had to do it on set, little John Krasinski's over there writing kids' movies. This guy, he's, I don't know. She might have the better end of the deal there. I know people think John Krasinski's cute, too. All you lifelong Office, you Jim Halpert stans love John Krasinski. But he's tall and imposing. And
He's Jack Ryan.
He is Jack Ryan. You know, he was getting jacked for a while because he was making all those like military movies. He did that movie about Benghazi a few years ago, but he's real good on Jack Ryan. So
Was that his character's name?
Who? Benghazi?
Yeah.
No, he was Jack Ryan. Benghazi was a dude that was his nemesis.
Oh, yeah, the bad guy.
He chased him all around the world.
Yes.
Yep.
He was the one emailing Hillary Clinton, right?
Yes, that's right. Day after day after day.
Never stopped.
Why? I've got money for you in an account. Why won't you? A prince has died and has designated this money for you. Why won't you respond to me?
She's like, oh, Ben.
And she never would. It's like, I got rid of them servers, homie. Oh, Benjamin, you're the weirdest. So anyway, Fall Guy passes later on for the new Ryan Gosling movie. Boy, I got to tell you, they must have really made that movie fast because Barbie just came out, and now this movie's coming out. How did he have time after Barbie came out to make this movie? So, boy, these people work fast, don't they?
Yep.
Isn't that how that works? I mean, that they must work really, really quickly on that kind of stuff.
Maybe at the same time.
Oh, you think they're making them at the same time?
Maybe.
He was Ken and
He's doing 2-a-days
the Fall Guy.
with a wig or something.
Every other day, or
Every other
who
day.
knows?
Yeah. Well, I always thought about, you know, when they talk about when they film these movies back to back, like Peter Jackson famously filmed a couple of the Lord of the Rings movies back to back because you have these locations secured.
I think
so
he
you're
did,
like,
he did all three of those.
did he really? All of them?
Bam, 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 yeah.
And so you're like, yeah, we're going to be filming in New Zealand for the next 6 years. You know, James Cameron's famously doing that with the Avatar movies, where they're just shooting them boom, boom, boom. Now, the difference, I think, between those two franchises is people actually wanted to see Lord of the Rings sequels. I know that this last Avatar did really well, but are people clamoring for 3 and 4 and 5? I
don't know. I don't know the people that. I feel like it's the same people that watched Big Bang Theory, where it's like you never met anybody that watched it.
Exactly.
But it was the #1 show. Or Blue Bloods. Like, who watches these movies? No one's ever like been like, oh, Avatar.
Well,
We gotta talk about it.
Blue Bloods is a TV show where if you don't know anybody over 60, you don't know anybody watching that show.
Right.
Like when we watched Young Sheldon for the first time because my in-laws watched that show, and we were in Florida. There was the one day where it was pouring rain all day long, so it was mostly just kind of kicking around and reading and watching TV. And they like Young Sheldon. I had never seen that show before, but it's a massive show on television. And watching it, sometimes you'll watch a show and you go, oh, I get why people like this. Watched it. I was like, I don't know. That kid's barely in it, If a show is lucky enough to get a handful of seasons, it's interesting how they'll almost put the main character in the background. They've surrounded them with so many other people in case, the main dude doesn't click with people. So they surround him with other people, and it seems like that's what they've done with that show. But I don't know. But I don't know a single person who saw that Avatar sequel, but it made $1 billion again, right? Like people went. I don't know if people felt that they were obligated to do it. I have to think that a lot of people pre-bought their tickets, and then the day comes around, and you're going, oh, right. What did I do? Today I bought those Avatar tickets, and now I have to go see that movie.
I've never even seen the first one.
Never saw the first Avatar.
No, I haven't seen any of the Avatars.
The first Avatar feels like 100 years ago to me, but we actually saw it in Cleveland. We'd only been here for a few months. That's how frigging long ago Avatar was out. But every time they talk to James Cameron or they talk to Sigourney Weaver or anybody associated with that franchise, they go, well, we've got these coming out into like 2029. And I'm like, homie, none of us are going to be around by then, so you better get to getting if you want people to see these movies. But, whatever. So, short story long, I've got Fall Guy passes later on. I would have preferred if they had made a movie using Lee Majors. Is Lee Majors still alive?
I don't even. He is.
Oh, he's dead? Lee Majors is
let's
gone?
find out.
He is alive, yes.
He is? Wow.
Yeah, he is 85 years old. Yep. Maybe he'll have a cameo in it. Maybe he'll show up.
Maybe.
Yeah. Lee Majors there from the town of Wyandotte, Michigan, right there on the river, right across the Canadian border there, south of downtown Detroit. And he had a big stuntman TV show in the 80s called Fall Guy, and this movie's loosely based on that. Okay, I've got money to give to you throughout the course of today. 30 past the hour. If you're not hip to it yet, be listening for those keywords because each and every one of them have $1,000 that I would love to put in your pocket courtesy of the Buzzard Bookie. That next one is coming up at 2.